Hello, guys. Good evening. This is David from Trendy Lemonade Marketing and in collaboration with Art and Sound Marketing. This video is to explain from a marketing point of view the recording industry in 2020. So let's get started, guys. I made this video because I have a lot of prospects, uh, different artists who want my marketing expertise and they want to hire my services so that we are able to get them results. Well, in order to get results, we have to know what game we're playing. We have to know what is going on in the record industry as of right now. So let's just get started. Here you will find a link in the first slide. You will find a link to the music revenue report. Let's check it out because on the slide you will only see one of the different charts. So this is going to explain to us a little bit. This is from 2019 because we don't have, since the year is not finished, we don't have the 2020 data. But you will see here how different or how artists are earning revenue in from last year. So streaming is 80%, digital downloads is 9%, physical is another 9%, and sync is another 2%. So we can clearly see here that one, we should be optimizing for streaming services. So if we want to make a bigger impact in our revenue and cover our production costs, we definitely want to be going for streaming. If we go on to the next chart, it's streaming revenue in billions. Let's read right here. Let me just increase the size. Digital customized radio services, ad supported and on demand, and paid subscriptions. So, as you can see here, again, paid subscriptions. When we mix these two charts, what we're talking about is that the the revenue is coming from paid subscribers to streaming services. So this is where we are going to target to get the most exposure and the most amount of revenue because this is where the money is according to um, the official data from the United States. Of course, your when we're talking about music, your target area. Many people tell me, "Okay, I want my music playing in this area," and I say, "No, music is a universal. Um, it's something that anybody can enjoy from any part of the world. So we have to expand our our geographic target as much as possible in order to have the biggest impact and get the most amount of revenue that we can. Later on, I will make a video about how to find your right target audience using a very popular artist, which is Takashi 69, and I will talk a little bit about his success. And from a marketing point of view, of course, I will talk about how he managed to beat the algorithm of YouTube. So, as going back to this, paid subscriptions and streaming is where the money is coming from. From here, it talks a little bit about digital downloads and where they are coming from. Subscriptions by what's that average? Yeah, the rest of the information didn't make much noise to me, but so I just wanted to tell you guys like what direction we should be going in, and we should be going in the direction of optimizing for getting subscriptions to streaming services. That's where the big bulk of it is. Um, of course, your next question would be, well, how much can I expect to earn from my art, from my music? And the first answer is that it's different depending on which streaming services you use. Of course, later on over here, I talk about the different streaming services. And obviously, most of the people who have been in this industry for more than 10 years, more than 15 years, which is the type of clients that I'm getting right now, um, Of course, they know about DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby, and the different music distributors. So we could be doing all of these at the same time. Not a problem. So, how much do you need in order to? I left a little link here that you can click, and it'll take you to this calculator. So, let's say that we're on Spotify, and recently somebody asked me if they can get 500,000 streams in a month. I said yes. So, that's within a month. It would take his revenue up to 2,000 just from the streaming services. So who is getting 500,000 plays a month? Uh, Very high tier creators, people who have already been working with um, professional marketing agencies such as ours, and it takes a lot of work to get that amount. It's not something easy. There is a lot of work behind it, and I guess that could be my point for just this whole video. As this could be like the point I'm trying to make. It takes a huge amount of effort. Nothing is easy because there's a lot of competitors now, and everybody's trying to capture their audience and to keep their audience. So, if you are looking to make a living out of this, and this would be comparable to a minimum wage, somewhere around a minimum wage, you're gonna have to be putting in at least 500,000 um, streams and/or downloads. So, yes, 400 streams to earn something comparable to a monthly minimum. So then let's talk about the laws and the changes for musical artists. This was passed in 2018, the Music Modernization Act. It's a very tedious read, but you will find a lot of information about how you can learn. I'm sorry, how you can earn your royalties, and the different types of royalties: mechanical royalties, master royalties, performing royalties, and everything else. So there's a lot of ways to earn from your content that you are creating. But and you can go ahead and read this. This is a very good read, especially if you're an artist. You have to know the laws. So I definitely recommend that you check through that. But the main point that I want to make about this is that things are changing. Not only are things changing, but things are changing very quickly. The laws change. Um, you can read an article where they break it down right over here. And this just goes through all the different court cases that happened in 2019 and how they in fact affect the music industry. I want to pull up one more article. I'm going to pause this real quick while I look up the article. Okay, so let's check out this second article. This is from Van Courier. I think this is from Canada. So this is just one of the target locations that a lot of artists are targeting. Um, let's read just the first paragraph to see what it's about. It says the federal court appeal has ruled that songwriters are entitled to royalties not when music is first posted online, but only after it has been downloaded. So in Canada, when you used to be able to earn when you first post your music and you're able to listen to it, that won't be enough. Users are gonna have to download it onto their devices in order for you to get royalties in Canada when it comes to Apple Music. So again, the main point here being, and I'll link you guys to this as well. The main point here being is that the laws change, the streaming services change their fees, the streaming services change their royalty payout. The laws are working to get more payout for the artist, but it's a slow process, of course. and all of these companies are going to be fighting for keeping a bigger share of the pie, as within their right, I guess. Um, the only one that didn't appeal in the United States was Apple Music. So Apple Music did increase by 40% their royalty payout, but it's still, I think it's from the most well-known ones. It's the highest, as you can see here. That goes by they're in order. So Napster pays the most, Tidal the second, and Apple Music third. These two are not as popular as Apple Music, so you can say that right here, um, the best option for you to stream your music would be Apple, then Google Play. I don't know this one; these are too well. Spotify would be, in third. So while they're changing the laws, while they're changing their terms of services and all of these platforms, we have to prepare for those type of things. So how do we mitigate the um, how do we mitigate the dangers of all of these things changing? Well, we put it everything in our own platform where we can choose how much we charge for each song, where we can choose um, what content gets monetized, which content doesn't get monetized. We can choose um, which content infringes on our rules, which content doesn't infringe on our rules. We don't have to pay accounts to as many people as you would with, for example, streaming your content on YouTube, where you have to worry about so many things, like your channel being completely demonetized or completely deleted because you have multiple flags. That's another one. Users can flag you. So, how do we avoid dealing with all of these things and keep more control over our brand? Well, the solution is to tie it all together with a a website, like you see here. Lil Sky is one of my favorite artists recently, and absolutely great at marketing. So let's check out, for example, if we want to see somebody from recently. For example, let's try. I'm sure this guy, of course, he has. Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, Travis Scott does have one, his own website. But last time I checked, I was checking out a bunch of artists, and none of them had their own website, which is really crazy. Let's try. Um, I'm sure this is taken by some other brand. Yeah. So nothing to do there. Let's check out um, with a weird name that's easily. Maybe that name is too short. How about, okay, that one should be. Yeah. Well, I'm surprised. All right. So as we can see, the ones that know what they're doing, they are definitely, they have their website up. Checking a bunch of them from the trap era. Of course, he has his site up. How about, so our dear friend Lil Xan, he does not have his site up, so you can tell he's not working um, on his marketing as much as he should. So as you can see here, this is where we tie it all together. This is where we can charge as much as we want for our subscription. We'll ask people, users, of course, to subscribe to this website. at least give us some contact information so that we can then apply remarketing tags, or remarketing um, campaigns, and a lot of other things, tracking that we can do on the page so that we can get to know our audience better, not just from the statistics that Google gives us, but from our own internal statistics from Google Analytics. So definitely, this is the way to go. Let me just recap so that I make sure that I'm not losing anybody. First, the music revenue says that streaming subscriptions are where the cash is. Royalties uh, are a good chunk of the revenue, and it takes about 400 to 500,000 streams to um, basically be at zero to cover production costs as a minimum wage job. Number three, laws are changing. Everything's changing, which is why we want to tie it all together with our own website. So now that we have said those things, what is the actual marketing plan? What is it that we actually have to do from my agency? What are we going to do for you, and what should be the path that you're taking? Well, um, trends go downwards, right? Something becomes very popular and then becomes less popular. There are very, very few exceptions where something becomes that wasn't popular when it started becomes popular later. So we have to take that into account, and we have to prep for release days. So if you are an artist that already has 600 song catalog, 15 album catalog, let's repackage that. Let's throw in some remixes. Let's throw in some new tracks sprinkled in there so that we can repackage it, and then prep for a release date for that content. Some of the statistics that we just saw say that albums as a whole sell better than individual tracks. So we should be packaging it as an album as well. So what do we have to do to prep for that release date to get big hype um, in those first days? Well, we have to design all of the images and support videos that go along with those type of releases. What I mean by support videos are videos that you are talking to your audience and you're telling them, hey guys, check it out. On 2 weeks from now, my new album is gonna drop. Please check it out and download it if you feel like it's really good. And whatever you want to say. Maybe another video could be you actually composing some of the songs, a small clip, anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be too big, and we can put ads on that all day. We can send that out as an ad all day. We can get people ready for the hype so that those CPM ads that we like to do in our agency, so that they're not just going towards views and monetizing the channel, but they are actually going to create hype for a product that you're going to release on a certain date that you're going to get a huge boom for. So we'll design the images that go onto all of these streaming platforms, because of course you do have to design all of the different landing pages for these types of streaming services. So we design the images, we submit to blogs. So why do we submit to blogs? Because networking is still a huge part of this industry. Nobody gets through this alone. Even the ones who say they do, they don't. It's just not possible. You can be an independent creator. Um, I'm not gonna say nobody. There is our man Russ. If you don't know him, just look him up. He's just absolutely amazing. He gets all of this. Not only is he a great composer and music creator, but also he has his head in marketing, and he's just very, very good at marketing. So that would be an exception, right? But everybody else, we have to network. We have to network. So further on over here, I have a slide about if you're bad at networking, or if because of the pandemic you can't get out and actually do a live show in a small venue and get your networking game up. If you can't do that, well, there are some tools that we can use. For example, Submit Hub. Submit Hub is a kickstart for that. Basically, you can submit, and you can see the. I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but you can submit to bloggers, labels, Spotify playlisters, YouTubers, radio stations, and influencers all at the same time. Basically, you upload your content and you select a few filters for who you want to send your music to. It automatically sends it, and the different bloggers and influencers, they look at your material, and if they deem it worthy, if they think that it's good material, then they're going to feature it in their different blog posts. And these we're talking about people who have huge traction in the industry, professional blogs. Sometimes they're the same um, radio stations that manage their own radio station blogs. So we're talking about people who have a good standing in the industry. There's not a lot of people who actually get through the vetting process to even sign up for this type of thing. So I would definitely start the process now so that you can submit your content as quickly as possible and start getting some results with the networking. So what else do we do? We create hype. Sorry, we design the images and support videos, and we submit to blogs. Then we submit to release day radars like this one in Spotify, so that we are in people's radar. And we use ad campaigns and hype on social media. But by what I mean by social media is there's a lot of platforms, obviously, but the ones that we want to be targeting are Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's where most of the traffic, if we're covering these three, because it's a huge amount of time that even us as a that we do this all day, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. uh, Even then, it's sometimes not enough time for to be taking care of all the social media. So these three, if we can definitely manage these three on a 7 day basis, and we can help you guys out with that as well. So check it out. Those are the ones we want to be taking care of. So to wrap it all up, what we want to do is create hype for a release date, because that is only going to go, that trend is only going to go downwards. What we have to do to keep trending is keep pumping out more quality content, more quality music, in order for us to stay leveled. And as the trend is dropping, we're going to be pumping out more production to keep that trend up. So that's what we should be doing, guys. Um, I already mentioned all the different streaming sites. From here on out, I'm going to just mention a few other quickly, very a few other things that we can do for you as an agency, and that all musicians should be taking care of, even if you guys don't hire us for the this process. I highly recommend that you guys are doing it on your own. So hiring a music distributor, of course, subscribing to a music distributor that is going to get the royalties for you, is going to charge the royalties automatically for you. I quickly want to mention that there are some types of royalties that even if you haven't been monetized by AdSense, all of your views should be generating royalties if YouTube is using them. So you do have to file a form. So even if you're not monetized, even if you don't have the 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subscribers, or I'm not sure if it's the other way around, but even if you don't meet those requirements, those royalties are yours. And there are some companies that can help you pick up those royalties. Usually, it takes a long time, but if you're think those 70 bucks are yours, they're yours. So you should be cashing those in. Um, so yes, the next thing is trying different platforms that are not necessarily YouTube. There's a lot of other video platforms. One of the biggest competitors being Twitch, and Twitch has a higher rate of conversion for subscriptions, and of course the subscriptions are monthly, uh, and this is good for you because then you have a then you would be streaming on a platform that is known to monetize your content more quickly and more effectively. It's not as big as YouTube, obviously. It's more for gaming, but because it is more for gaming, a lot of the users want to throw something in the background, and as you can see, this DJ is already taking advantage of that strategy. So definitely, you want to be streaming on Twitch your music. This is passive income. You upload it, you leave it there looping, and you could just be earning from that. You need at least 500 active people for you to be making something significant. If you have half of that, well, that's still good income. So let's try that out. I think I made this for better than blogs. Yeah, that's a good one. So get placements, guys. As I mentioned before, Submit Hub is a good way to start that networking process. If you want to know other artists, we do with my agency. We do manage a lot of artists that you can just ask us if there's somebody in your genre that you wanna work with somebody, but you don't know anybody yet. We'll send you some names. We'll contact you with the artists that are hiring our services, and you guys can do a collaboration. In this digital age, you don't need to be anywhere near each other. You can be in separate parts of the world and still be able to collaborate pretty well. So again, networking, huge part of this, and it's never going to stop being a huge part of this because we work with people. Everyone does. So I already mentioned this. Of course, I do have a slide about live events. Right now, not possible to have a live event. So I'm just gonna skip over that slide. But once everything gets on track and we are able to do live shows again, I will definitely do another video covering just the different strategies for live events and what you can do with the merch, what you can do with the ticket prices, how to set a good ticket price, everything else, and even offer my services for the digital designs for the prints that you might be able to use. So I'll do that on a separate video. Branding, guys, very, very important. Of course, we don't even need to say these names. We already know who they are. Those are not the real faces, but we can tell who they are because they did a good job branding. That's basically what branding is. If you can recognize the symbol without anything else, then you have done a good job branding. So I'm not saying that you have to conform um, to a specific look, but definitely do have something that represents your image and that distinguishes you from all of the different artists. And this goes especially to my indie artists who sometimes have just the t-shirt and jeans, and that's the norm for our indie artists. And they don't want to make like a big show about it, but the whole thing is that if you are in the recording industry, you're gonna have to do a little bit of branding and throw in an earring, tattoo something on your face. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, do work on branding. Do add something that distinguishes your look from everybody else. That way, you are easy to remember. Um, this is just something that I can suggest across all industries. Crowdfunding, setting up a crowdfunding for your project is not a bad idea. Depending on your audience, they could see it as something wrong. So definitely check this from, depending on which genre you're in, this could be something good for you. check it out. These are websites that basically um, users who believe in your pitch and your brand, they're able to donate whatever amount of money they want to your cause, to your brand, to your project. So definitely check that out. Um, Talk a little bit about advertising with Google. The the biggest things that we can do for you is setting up your website and helping you with those types of ads, and also um, with Google with Google Ads. So let me just show you a little bit of the results that we have. Shout out to my friend Everest Valens. This is some campaigns that we've been working with him for some time now. And I think we did this test with only a few videos, less than five, if I remember correctly. So let's check out some of the results, guys, just so that you can tell and you can know um, what these ads are all about and whether they even work. So, do they work? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's go to 1 year. Let's check out a whole year. So, views 412,000, although those are not from a year. I think that we started somewhere around here in April. So, ever since April is when we had that big boom, when we first started serving ads on YouTube. And what this here is called, this is the bidding strategy that we use, is called CPM, or cost per 1,000 impressions of your ad. And this is costing us 18 cents. What does that mean? It means that we're basically getting around 5,000 impressions of our ad for a dollar. Absolutely great. Um, so how many views do we got with that? I already have that over there. 412 thousand views of our ads, which are basically just the songs. I think we don't have any ads specifically, for example, for adding subscribers or anything like that. So the CPV is the cost per views. This is how much we are paying for every time somebody views our video. And as you can see here, it's such a small amount. We're paying so little for every view that it's not even registering in the first two decimal points. It's a very, very, very small quantity that we're paying. So we're doing very, very great with this campaign for this artist. So not all of those are going to translate. There's something very weird about the YouTube algorithm. Not all of those translate into actual views for the artist, for the YouTube channel, but definitely a lot of them do. So is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. Let's run some ads, guys. Let's run some ads. Let's get people to hype up for your next day release. Let's throw down a video that says, hey guys, my album is coming out this day. Please check it out. Let's put that all over YouTube. Let's create some hype. Let's get 400,000 people to check out your release day, and let's get some traction. Let's start. This didn't happen overnight. As you can see, there has been a lot of testing for us to actually get these results and this cost per view. There's a lot of testing. So definitely, if you don't think that we're up to the task, definitely hire any professional that you think can do the job. If you would like to hire us, here is a link right over here, and I'll also leave it outside of this document. So on the probably in the link description in the YouTube when I do add this to YouTube. So check us out, guys. Thank you so much. Um, there's a few other recommendations, but let me summarize saying that these next few slides are about content distribution. So basically, what we do is that you give us the content and we take care of distributing it and putting it everywhere that we can. That means Twitch, YouTube streaming services, social media sites, uh, everything that you can think of. We take care of putting your content everywhere. That way, you concentrate on what you do best, which is the music and creating high quality content, high quality music that everybody is going to love. So we can take care of all of that as well. You don't need to worry about anything like that. So, guys, this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope this was helpful to some of you. Please contact us if you want us to do this as a professional digital marketing agency. Again, my name is David from Trendy Lemonade Marketing and Art and Sound Marketing. Thank you so much, guys, and have a beautiful night. Bye bye.